Let's make a video on some Fallknivens.
I can't stand intros.
Greetings one and all. I hope you're having a super fantastic day wherever you are. Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Johnny. I'm a musician, artist, a guy who likes sharp things, knives, multi-tools, and I like taking them into the woods. Why? Gives me a chance to use them. Gives me a chance to test them out. Find out which ones I really like and find out which ones are just part of the collection. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you my Fallknivens. Fallkniven Fallkniven. I don't know what the plural is. Let's just say Fallknivens. Nivens? Doesn't really matter. Future videos coming up, just so you know, I'm going to show you all of my cold steel folding knives, all of my Emerson, Spyderco. I'm going to do a collection video coming up of pretty much all my knives and all my fixed blades. These will probably show up in my fixed blades as well with everything else. So, but I'm going to kind of break this video out aside because there is 4 Fallknivens here, and let's just show you them. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not reviewing anything here. This is not a review channel, quote unquote. So let's start with the R2. And I just did a video where I took this into the woods. I'll put that one right up here. And I'd like to thank the commenter who said, wouldn't it be cool if they made it in D2 steel? And of course, that was genius. This is something that I aspire to. In my comments when I go into other channels, I always leave comments very similar to that. And this one totally went over my head. I missed it altogether, but someone else picked it out. And I'd like to say kudos to you. That's right, R2-D2, perfect, right? Anyway, let's move on to the knife. Yeah, I've got it on a neck knife thing. By the way, this is my preferred neck knife now. This is my #1. I've shown you my neck knife collection. And when it comes to in the woods EDC, I guess you could call it that if you want to call it that. This is my go-to now. I have several, but this is my favorite. Just want to show it to you. Absolutely adore this knife. And I'll just give you a close-up there. Hold it up. And this is in the LMAX. All the others are in the Cobalt, I think it's called, or COS, something like that. And yeah, I did comment, this is like the ultimate Morse-Kohansky kind of knife, where if you watch any of the late MK's videos, you'll see how he describes the perfect knife. And to me, this is the perfect knife. Yes, very thick spine. Yep, I do adore the R2-D2. Next knife that we have in the collection here is the F1 Pro. And I took this into the woods not too long ago. I'll put the link to that video right here. And this particular knife has turned into my EDC fixed blade. So when I carry a fixed blade every day, whether it's in the woods or around the town, this is my go-to. Now I have so many knives in the collection that it's hard for me to, only carry this all the time because there's so many I like to get in the rotation, but I would call this my go-to EDC fixed blade. If I had to grab one fixed blade right now, it'd be this one. Well, it's going to be tough to do here, but you know what I mean. And see if we can get you in on that. It's like a laminated CO. I always say COS, but someone can correct me downstairs. That's the F1, my EDC fixed blade. And just a little myth buster here on the side. All the internet stuff regarding these sheaths, to me it's just myth. I really like these sheaths for a lot of reasons. but I'll get into just showing you my knives today. So Next one is the S1 Pro. And I recently took this into the woods, and the video is here. And I think of all three, or all four, this is going to be the do everything. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. I do like the S1. I got the S1 only to complete this collection of the Pros. And one of the comments that I got before was why the Pro Series versus the regular S1 and A1 and F1. It's because of the steel. I live in a cold Canadian climate. And if you see in my videos, I'm usually out there when it's minus 30, minus 40 Celsius. With minus 40 Celsius Fahrenheit meet at the same point, by the way. It is a great steel for this type of climate. I've had zero issues with chipping or anything like that. I don't really know, I don't have enough experience in the cold weather on the LMAX, but I do know from experience that the D2 steel, R2D2, works really well in my climate as well. So, but anyway, getting back to the S1, feels extremely comfortable. I would say this is going to be a do everything. It splits really well. It throws great sparks. It's not too big that it's too unwieldy. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get into the combinations on these knives. What I mean by combinations is, you know, a saw, a knife, an axe, maybe a small pocket knife or a multi-tool. Let's go on to the A1 next. This is the A1 Pro. And I recently took this into the woods, and the video for that is up here. And on the A1, I've got it's in a buck, Tops Buck Seesaw pouch. But what I've done is I've taken out the knife and I've replaced it with fire steel and a Bic lighter and some cotton and some fat wood. And I've got the, I think it's the DC3 sharpening stone that comes with some of these knives. It came with this particular A1. The A1 is pretty much the substitute where I'm only taking this knife, and yeah, I just threw some sparks with it and made some, what did I do? I can't remember what I made in this video. I think I made some ravioli or something, or maybe that was a different video. I can't remember anymore. But this knife, look how thick it is. It's a big chunk of steel, right? I don't take an axe with me when I take this knife into the woods. I might take an axe with me with these, but I definitely will not take one with the A1. It's not going to happen. So, and I do like this little strap on the back. I should probably do this to all of these knives, not just the A1, but it works extremely well. This particular one here, I've got a little bit of a mod. I've got some felt in here, and I've got some felt on the other side too. And all that does is just kind of, still got a bit of a rattle down at the bottom here, but I really don't care about that kind of stuff. I know the only reason I did it on this one is because it was a little bit looser, and this is a lot heavier of a knife. But if you're, I guess you could say, if you've been to my channel long enough, you know that that stuff does not bother me at all. A little bit of rattle. And, you know, to be honest, these knives, I think the pouches, or these sheaths, have been well designed, I think. When this is on my belt, you know, it's going to be a lot tighter in here, right? I'm not on my belt right now, but you can tuck these back here in between, right? You can tuck these back inside, so that basically all you have is the knife. So when you're in the field working and you need to go, you know, take it out and put it in a lot, this is more than enough. It's fine. And as far as this whole, I mean, I gotta work hard to get that out. And I don't plan on hanging upside down from a tree anytime soon while I'm in the woods. So I'm not really sure where that whole paranoia of the knife falling out came from. But a lot of people talk about it, and I don't know if these people actually take their knives into the woods or not and use them, but I know I do, and I had no issues. I do like this concept because it's interchangeable, so you can always bring it. It's not married to this. It comes off quite easily. I've got some shot cord up here, and this Caesar, Buck Caesar pouch, it worked really well. So what I do is, it doesn't always live on here, so it's not permanent. Sorry, it's getting caught up there. It's not going to fall off easy, you can see that. But this concept kind of rides on the, either on my belt, or it just might ride inside the loadout for the day, whatever it might be that I'm carrying out there. But that's pretty much the Fallknivens. I do like them all. The sharpening of these, I'm probably going to do a video on it. There's 1,000 videos on how to sharpen convex. I'll probably just throw in my 2 cents eventually. Somebody did ask for it already, so I'll get to that if that's what you want. And that's pretty much it. So you can look for some more videos coming your way of more of my fixed blades and just talking more about them. Because in the woods, when I do the In the Woods videos, I'll put that link up here to that playlist, I don't do any talking. So this is my chance to really talk about these knives. Awesome without an axe. Awesome on its own with maybe a small axe. Sorry, saw, no axe. Maybe a little bit of an axe. Don't really need one though, but definitely a little bit of a saw. Definitely a nice little axe and a nice little saw. And this one's always on the neck, so it's just wicked for feathers. They're all great. I like them all. I'm not paid by Fallkniven. I'm not a sponsored channel. Everything you see here is from my collection and just me talking about it. These knives are not going to be for everybody, but if you're into these types of knives, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone have a super fantastic day out there. Bye for now.